Hello everyone, it is me Chris, and I'm sorry I'm a little bit late on the video. I actually went to Austin for the Thanksgiving holiday and I really didn't get too much in terms of video to show you guys, so I thought for this video I was actually digging around in my drawers and then I actually found one of my old cameras. Well, I actually found three of them, but I think in this video I'm going to actually be talking about one of them. This is the HP Photosmart M425. Now, this isn't actually the first digital camera I used. I first used a Kodak CX6230 all the way back to, let's say, 03 or 04. Unfortunately, that camera broke and I don't have it anymore. But this is one of the oldest that I still have. I don't think it works. I had a lot of issues back when I used to use it. I believe the first time I started using this was back in 2007. I know I did get it as a Christmas present, I believe in 06. And believe it or not, this was actually one of the first cameras that I had that actually recorded video both for however long I wanted it. I know my CX6230 used to be just 30 seconds of video and audio. Keep in mind, this was back in 06, 07. But anyways, let's just go ahead and get into it. And this is the Photosmart HP M425. It is 5 megapixels, which is, I guess in today's standards, is pretty crappy. And with a 3x zoom, flash, and it's a really sleek camera. I mean, it's very small. I can pretty much just fit it in the palm of my hand for the most part. If you turn it this way, you have this little side area, and it's supposed to stay on, but it did break and it doesn't. We have the mini USB where you can connect it to a computer to download your photos. Or, of course, I just simply take the SD card out of the camera and just put it in my computer. And you have an optional AC adapter, which I never obtained. I never bothered to get one for some reason. Just go ahead and put this back on. We have our standard screen, very small. Flash on or off. I'm not sure what this one button did. Maybe I think it's a share button. And then of course you can switch between taking photos and reviewing photos. And delete buttons and just various, pretty standard, nothing too special. This is for your zoom, and of course this button turns it on or off. Of course, on the top you have your standard take shutter button right here, the big button right here, and then you have your a button to take video. The video was 320 by 240 VGA, 20 frames per second, and in today's standards, it sucks. The images weren't so great. I mean, camcorders, I think you can get pretty decent footage at the time, but for me, it was just something that, I mean, I could go out there, I could take, I could take some video and audio whenever I wished. And keep in mind that there were some cameras out there that actually did take video and they didn't take audio, believe it or not. And if you go down here, this part is for a tripod mount. I'm actually not sure what this is, what this particular port is. And if you open up here, you actually can see, you put your SD card here, and this is for 2 AA batteries. Now, this was the last camera that I used that took AA batteries. They wanted you to use photo lithium batteries. Those were pretty expensive. Or nickel metal hydride batteries, rechargeable ones, which I typically use. But I did note that during the time that I used this, there kind of was a fault to it. I'm believing that either the batteries weren't big enough or something happened and they weren't always making contact up here, and at times they didn't last very long, or they weren't making proper contact and the camera just wouldn't turn on. And I kind of struggled through that. But I still pressed on for it, and I used it for about maybe a year or two or so before I actually finally changed it. And subsequent cameras that I used just used the regular lithium batteries that didn't have as much trouble. Now, I did attempt to test this camera before this video, and for some reason it just did not want to power up in terms of getting to the point where I'm able to take photographs. I don't know why, but it at least attempted to power on. So, I mean, I can probably, maybe go find an AC adapter, which again, as I said, I never obtained one during the day, and I'm really not wanting to get any photo lithium ion batteries for this, because really I'm not using this camera anymore. This is pretty much just for nostalgic purposes. As I noted, I have at least 2 other cameras that I still have that I used to use before I now use Canon PowerShot SX700 now, mainly now for just video when I'm on the go and when I don't want to actually bring the camcorder. That's pretty much it. I may make videos on those 2 other cameras that I mentioned. And please rate, comment, and subscribe. And thank you guys for watching. I will see you in my next video.